Alrighty, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about SMS marketing. Now, a lot of this channel, I often just talk about email marketing and specifically on Klaviyo. If you don't know who we are, my name is Angus Cowan. We manage in the last 12 months, we've worked with more than 150 brands. We generate over $80 million in email revenue each and every year. And today I'm going to be talking about SMS marketing and particularly SMS marketing on Klaviyo because I believe there's a few misconceptions that I really want to address before we head into Q4 and peak season of generating revenue, probably from your email list and your SMS list. So today's video, we're going to be chatting about how to make Klaviyo SMS about 40% cheaper than competitors while also boosting revenue. Now, the reason I wanted to do this is because everyone claims that Klaviyo SMS is too expensive. A lot of the people we partner with, or a lot of the clients that we bring on board, they are adverse to using Klaviyo initially because they see other competitors have a cheaper cost per message. Now, that's all well and good, but it really only paints half the picture. So today I'm going to show you how you can make it cheaper than alternative softwares while actually making more money from your SMS marketing at the same time. So let's start by going over the price perception problem. Now, what is the price perception problem? And it's essentially what I just alluded to, and it's the fact that Klaviyo, and these numbers on the screen here are just numbers that I've made up for argument's sake, but the reality is Klaviyo's cost per SMS is more expensive. Klaviyo, for example, might charge 1.5 cents per SMS. Postscript, you might get 0.8. Attentive, you might get 1. Cadosity or burst or whatever they're called, you might be able to get even cheaper. But that only really paints half the picture, and at first glance, it makes it look really bad for Klaviyo. Why would I send SMS on Klaviyo when I can send on Postscript for half the price? Like, I'm literally just saving half the money by using a different software. What you find is it really ends up being a net negative in the long run, and I'm going to touch on why. So why would you use Klaviyo even if you know that other softwares are cheaper? Well, this video is essentially going to show you exactly how you can reduce your Klaviyo SMS bill while also improving your SMS incrementality. So the actual tangible revenue it's driving for you. So Klaviyo has just rolled out a feature called Predicted Channel Affinity. Now, what this is using Klaviyo's predictive analytics, you can essentially predict who is going to prefer receiving communication via SMS versus email and vice versa. This will allow you essentially to be much smarter with who you send to. But the only way Klaviyo can do this is if it has data on both of these. So if you're not using SMS on Klaviyo, you're not going to be able to take advantage of this. Now, this is essentially what I'm talking about here. So what you can do now is create a segment where, let me see if this makes it, let's make it easier to read. Maybe slightly. What you can do is make an SMS segment that you can predict someone's channel affinity, which is essentially what they predict. So this segment here is just who prefers SMS and who can receive SMS. So in this account, we have 62,000 people can receive SMS, 62,000 people on the SMS list. Klaviyo predicts that only 26,000 of them actually prefer SMS over email or actually interact with SMS rather than email. So that means straight away, instead of sending to 62,000 people on our SMS list, what if we just sent to the 26,000 that actually preferred SMS? All of a sudden, if you test this, you actually may be able to send your blast SMSs to 36,000 less people per SMS send, which essentially saves you a ton of credits. All you need to do is, I'm not actually sure if every single account has this. If your account doesn't have this yet, or you can't find the predicted channel affinity, ask your Klaviyo rep or ask your Klaviyo support, and they should be able to fix it for you because it is a new feature. But essentially, if you navigate to segments, you'll be able to crunch a segment, properties about someone, or predictive analytics about someone, that should say rather. Predictive analytics about someone, channel affinity, engagement preference is SMS. And you will have a list of people who prefer to receive SMS. In my opinion, this is crazy because a lot of the qualms that we found with our clients is they say, okay, I can get cheaper cost per SMS on another platform. Then they will go and load up their credits into another platform and they just have to send to the whole list because they don't really know anything about, you can't segment based on engagement when you're using another platform because you don't have the email engagement data. So you inevitably just send to everyone. And then yes, it's cheaper per message, but you've just blasted your whole list with an SMS. that you maybe didn't need to. So you could save money by knowing more and understanding more about the individual customer. Great feature from Klaviyo, which I think is going to be huge. So just to run you through the numbers here, essentially, with the traditional approach, like I said, you might blast all 100,000 contacts, and that might be all well and good. But sorry, I'm trying to work out how to make this a bit easier to read for you. You might blast all 100,000 contacts at 1.5 cents per message. It's all well and good, but it's cost you $1,500. Now you can send to 40% less people, or whatever that is. You can send to way less people. This math is slightly off, but you get the point. You can send to way less people and save a boatload of money. Now, my second point here is going to be your email flows. One of the biggest qualms I see with using SMS off platform and not on Klaviyo is the fact that you can't strategically embed it alongside your email flows, and it requires a lot of manual intervention. So traditionally, people primarily will use email in their Klaviyo flows, and they'll go and use another platform for their SMS. There's no visibility or easy way to see how these interact with each other. Email and SMS should be tools that are used in unison to drive results further. Together, they work together to drive further results. They're not separate. You can't run these in isolation. Take one of our best accounts, for example. They're doing 45% attribution through Klaviyo, massive money each month. SMS and email are heavily integrated on this account. Email carries most of the weight, but SMS is still a large supporting touch point for its success. And what you might actually see here is that we've done $570,000 in email revenue in the last 30 days. 74,000 of that has come from SMS. And you might actually say, wow, that SMS figure is lower than what I'm getting. Like on my attentive dashboard, it tells me I'm doing $200,000 a month from SMS. But stay tuned for the end of this video, because I am going to absolutely blow your mind with the truth behind SMS attribution, because it is not what you think it is. Long story short, strategically inserting SMS into your flows will improve your account's ROI. If you can send SMS based alongside your emails at certain touch points, you can A/B test your email and your SMS together in the same flows. You can send SMS to people based on their behavior inside those flows and the way they interact with the email. You're going to be able to drive much further results. It's super simple. And a reason for this is the way that you can actually integrate it with your flows, a super easy trick. Firstly, your traditional approach might be, I'm going to put my abandoned cart email flow in Klaviyo, and then I'm going to put my abandoned cart SMS in Attentive or PostScript or whatever else, and I'm going to send them both. This might be all well and good, but you could very well be double messaging people who don't need to be double messaged. For example, your emails are free to send. You could send an email first. If they don't open or click that email, then you can send them an SMS follow-up. But if they do open and click the email and they go back to the site, you don't need to send them an SMS follow-up, and you can save the credits. There's plenty of ways you can be smarter with your SMS by understanding the way that people actually interact with your emails. So the combined cost savings here is, yes, you might be saving on dollars per message by having it on another platform, but you can't exclude your inactive profiles. So just basic segmenting. You can't exclude inactive profiles easily. You can't segment by who prefers SMS, and you can't exclude recent email interactions from receiving an SMS at the same time. Like, you might not need to send the SMS if someone has just clicked through an email link. And Klaviyo allows you to implement the above, so you can save money by sending to less people. It's the best features of part of Klaviyo is you can be way more strategic with your SMS sending, as well as probably make more money in the long run by integrating it with your flows and having a better understanding of these customers. So I think it's a great way to save money and get heightened ROI from your SMS channel. Now let's chat attribution, because I've seen so many myths about this on different online spaces at the moment. But your favorite SMS softwares are just lying to you. They're flat out lying to you. And the reason for this is it's just a multi-platform attribution myth. When you use separate platforms, the same sale can get counted multiple times. For example, you send out an email and an SMS at the same time. The email might claim 300,000 in revenue. The SMS might claim 200,000 in revenue. The actual revenue that you generated was more like 350,000. But you might look at these and be like, or your agency might look at these and be like, we generated you 500,000. Your cheap SMS platform is not as profitable as you think. You're making the decisions based on inflated numbers. So what if someone opened an email, and while they're in the email, that you've sent through Klaviyo, they then get the SMS from Attentive, and then they open that and click and decide to click the SMS. They were already in the email and likely to click, then they open the SMS and click that. Or they open the email, then 30 minutes later, they actually do get the SMS and the SMS converts them. Klaviyo is still going to claim the sale, and Attentive, or whatever software, I'm just saying Attentive, is also going to claim the sale. So you're going to have the same sale attributed on two platforms, completely inflating your numbers. Now you have generally or genuinely no clue on how much revenue each channel is driving because they're stepping on each other's toes all the time. Now, with Klaviyo, if you're sending your email and SMS, even if you're not using Klaviyo, even if you're using another platform completely for your email and SMS, the benefit is still having it in the one platform. With Klaviyo, at least, they have last click attribution. So if someone opens an email, then opens an SMS and clicks the SMS, the sale is only going to get attributed to the SMS. So a sale cannot be attributed to more than one campaign or message, which is the way it should be, and is going to give you much better data on the way that your channel is performing. And you can test it, and you can segment, and you can do all these amazing things which are going to allow you to be much, much smarter with your SMS and actually make data-based decisions and not rely on, having to try put the pieces together yourself based on what all these other channels are telling you and, lying to you about. Now, these are just, rough numbers again, but this is just realistically what you can do and just based on the numbers I've shown you. So, instead of sending 500,000 messages a month, you segment a bit smarter and now you're only sending 180,000 SMSs a month. This has saved you 23% in your SMS credits or something like that. And then you've actually seen an incremental increase in revenue by more than 10% based on these numbers I showed you above, with this store doing another 70K through the SMS channel. Now, SMS, yes, Klaviyo might charge you higher per message, but it is lower cost in the long run. Any store that is taking their retention marketing seriously can't actually be considering using different softwares for your email and SMS, because it's they're just stepping on each other's toes. The email and SMS is designed to be sent in unison, and using separate softwares is just absolutely shooting your ability to track any data and make any good decisions and actually nurture your customers properly. Now, another sort of advantage to Klaviyo here, and before we wrap up this video, is the WhatsApp launch that they're doing. So Klaviyo is about to launch WhatsApp, which is going to essentially give you, I think it launches in September, and this is going to give you 3 channels in the one platform. So email and SMS and WhatsApp, where you'll be able to get all the metrics in one place. If you're selling internationally, WhatsApp is going to be amazing for you. It's going to be a single source of truth for attribution across these channels, and you'll actually be able to have much better orchestration of your marketing messages cross-channel, and there's going to be no more revenue double counting. No more even for so many stores, it's even just a pain in the ass to be like, oh, I've got to send my email campaign, then I've got to log into something else to send my SMS campaign and hope I do the segment right. Oh, and then I got to log into something else to do my WhatsApp campaign. It's just painful. It's absolutely crazy. And the fact that you can actually be smarter and saving your money with the way you use your SMS credits in Klaviyo, especially with the new channel affinity feature, it is just a no-brainer. So I think you really need to stop optimizing for saving pennies and start optimizing for actually driving profit and results. So audit your current SMS approach, look at how you can potentially save by migrating to Klaviyo and using smarter segmenting, use your channel affinity, put it in your email flows, and then start actually measuring the shifts in attribution and testing that. And then, of course, take a look at your P&L and see how things reflect after the next sort of 2 to 3 months, especially as you head into Black Friday. So on that note, my full email and SMS Black Friday Cyber Monday guide is now available for free. This is going to run you through everything from campaign calendars to SMS marketing to flow setups to pop-up forms and pretty much everything in between. The guide is now available to download for free. So take a look at that. Hope you took some value out of this video. I hope at the very least, if you're not using SMS on Klaviyo and you're doing, you have a e-commerce store that's turning over revenue, move your SMS into Klaviyo. It's step 1. So I hope at the very least that's what you take out of this video. But otherwise, as usual, hope you took some value out of this video. Take a look at the rest of the videos on my channel for some more insights like this. And lastly, don't forget to download the Black Friday guide. Chat soon. Thank you.